Hence, said there's study and there's performance, and that we should not confuse the two. Performance is when we take what we've learned and do a painting to express various qualities or emotions or whatever about the subject that we're painting. Study, on the other hand, is done for perceptual development, developing one's color sense and skills over a prolonged period of time. And they're only tangentially related, and you should never confuse the one with the other. For one thing, he said, drawing is the last thing we apply to study, not the first thing. So that can start its own arguments. At any rate, we're about to restate our study from yesterday by basically doing the same thing that we did then. We look at the light plane on the big oak on the board and look at the top of the tree back and forth and see how that has several other colors in it that this doesn't have yet. The same with the shadows, the cedar, the ground in light, the ground in shade. Even the sky has variations and variety we haven't gotten to yet. But you don't try to put them all in at the beginning. You do a few at a time. After the masses are restated to where they have a fair semblance of the light effect, a beginner's not going to get anywhere near a light key, but would be a pretty decent light effect. Then we do what Hinchy calls major variations, which are the largest chunks of differing color within a mass. Like the bottom fourth of this mass is a completely different color from the middle, and it's a completely different color from the one up here on the shoulder, completely different color from the one on top. Same in the shadow area. So there are 2 or 3 or 4 major variations that are put in for a number of reasons, aside from refining the mass further towards a light key. The most important one is that they add structure to the volumes and the composition and the placement of things that are nearer and further from the eye. But another important thing is that they give one an understanding of the three-dimensional sculptural qualities of forms, of weights and volumes, and how they fit together in nature. All of those different things are very important, and we learn all of those things as we develop ourselves up through the major variations into the minor variations, which are the smaller patches of color and little organic shapes that they are, on up into the minor variations, which are like the highlight area on the top of the tree or the ground, or where there are little sunspots coming through the trees that are dappled in the shade. All those are very minor things, and they're way off at the end. At no point in doing your study do you make leaves. You're making color notes that express light in that area. And it's the unity of all those colors together that will give the light key and show the beauty of nature.